Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Let's go, fellas. You ready? Mike's 47. Blue down, blue down. Shoot.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, a one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. You draw Corker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Parham. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now. Throwing his lock on third down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lock, Kyle Van Noy, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. On 3rd and long, it's Lock. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game,
touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing now is Lock. They'll get this complete to Batson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
10-2 soft.
54 Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Play action. Now it's Lock. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to take over right there at at the 22-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They have 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
He can't hit me. He's not going to get me.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
47's the mic. Don't get nervous.
Ready.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check, 47. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
8, read.
They can't hang with us.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Watch the screen.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try the right side here, Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And Ingram hauls it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here we go, set. 90 Wolf.
Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
And this is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Jones. He completes it to Tate. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And not a blitz there, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Locke. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Lock now on 1st down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Blocked again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. A final shot before half for Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that 1st half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Ready.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. This is the tight end Fant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Locke going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for them.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down run by Barkley, unsuccessful, as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
60 outlaw.
On second down, Barkley, room here to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now Saquon Barkley. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Go! 70, Indy.
Check your hot read.
Sleep rip.
They'll keep it on the ground. Parham. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And to give this time to the tailback. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run with Barkley, and he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Blackwell, he's to the 10. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Just like that. Just like it.
On 1st down, Locke. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. To throw in his lock. So left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Lock now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Set. 18 Gator.
54. Line 54.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Shoot.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Lock to throw for it on 4th. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Barkley. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now Locke. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.